Young world, you probably heard by now that Chris Brown was detained in Paris for allegedly him and his bodyguard for allegedly. Some articles are saying actually did a aggravated rape on a female in Paris. They met at a hotel, or they met at a dinner or somewhere before that. Then they ended up going to a hotel, and that's where this alleged assault is supposed to have happened. You never know what goes on with these celebrities and these stars. They're into all kind of crazy stuff. You just never know. But me personally, I wouldn't think that Chris Brown would do something like this, especially at a time like now when the cameras and the focus is on all the young black, not even just black, just men in general, as far as these celebrities, this Me Too movement and everything going on. They're looking for any type of little reason to take people down. If I was a celebrity, me personally, I would have a camera on me every day, all the time. I would be the first person to have a live reality TV show of my life 24/7, even when I'm asleep, even having sex, even taking a dump. I would have a camera on me the whole entire time. I might not show that part of me in the bathroom and stuff, but it will be documented just in case somebody try to say somebody came into the bathroom and I did something to them. That is really that serious at this point. But I did the last video, I just did a video about the saying what happened to him. Somebody, believe his name was Big Boss, came into my comments and brought to my attention the fact that Chris Brown has just won his Masters. He's the youngest. It says, the article says he became one of the youngest artists to own his own Masters. This just happened in on January 5th or 6th. Just about like 2 weeks ago. It's highly suspicious that Chris Brown now owns his Masters. He signs a new deal with RCA. The article says the year is starting off great for Chris Brown. The 29-year-old singer just signed a new deal with the RCA Records and will release his new album entitled Indigo under the new deal. This deal also allows Brown to be the sole owner of his masters with the hopes of making his music even better. RCA made a statement about his new deal with Brown. This new deal structure between Brown and RCA Records will undoubtedly enhance the release of new Chris Brown music, content, and much more throughout 2019 and beyond. Indigo is slated to be released later on this year, and the singer just released a video to his first single, Undecided. And he was in Paris shooting a video and stuff like that. I think it was for Undecided, the song or whatever. But this is highly suspicious that this comes right after that announcement, right after he gains his Masters. And it says he's one of the youngest to ever do it, one of the youngest artists to ever do it. It's just, you know what I mean? It's too much of a coincidence for that not to be any part of this or play any part of this. Just like when that whole thing on my last channel, I was really covering the whole story with that girl, Bayling, or whatever her name was, that claimed Chris Brown and some people at Chris Brown's house. I forget what she said. They robbed her. I forget what the nonsense was, but I knew it was nonsense from the minute she opened her mouth. TMZ put the story up, ran with it, tried to really hammer it down. Cops showed up at his house, all this crazy stuff. Then it came out after the fact that the girl was lying. And there was not really no publicity or really coverage of the fact that the girl lied. And how come she didn't get charged with perjury? They should have locked her dumb ass up for doing something like that. Like the actual whole SWAT team and everything showed up at Chris Brown's house. So they've been trying to get Chris Brown for years, and that's not the first time that something like that has happened. When that happened, they've been trying to get Chris Brown for years. The girl Bayleen was one tool they used to try to get him. That didn't work. That fell apart. Her lies came out. She was a fugitive and all kind of other crazy stuff. So they're constantly they're always been trying to get Chris Brown. And now that he got his Masters, it even makes it worse. Whether he's part of the Illuminati or not, or whatever the situation is, him having his Masters is definitely something that is a threat, because now he owns his own music. For all these years, he's been paying somebody else. All his money had to be going through somebody else, just like most of these other artists have been. But just like Prince, when he got his Masters, Michael Jackson, and all these other people getting their Masters, and then something mysteriously happens. The next thing we know, Chris Brown's going to end up probably dead or something, other kind of crazy stuff. It's just real crazy.